Hello, this is Caleb Barney with Russell Real Estate, and today I wanted to go over the housing market in Northeast Ohio, primarily for the school districts for Berea, Brunswick, Buckeye, Cloverleaf, Highland, Medina, Revere, Strongsville, and Wadsworth, because those are the areas that I primarily serve, and I have gotten a couple of questions of how is our local housing market, so just wanted to go over that today. So basically, as you see here, the housing inventory, so the supply side of the supply and demand equation, has been decreasing pretty consistently for the past 10 years. And basically, what we want to see for a supply side, a healthy supply is going to be 4 to 6 months of inventory. Realistically, you want to be closer to the 6 months. That just hasn't been historically there, basically since 2014, though. So realistically, we would like to be as close to 4 months as possible, and even that has been quite the stretch because you could see the past 2 years, we really haven't been above 1.5 months of inventory since May of 2020. So since COVID, it has been a crazy, crazy seller's market, as many people have heard. And realistically, even with the higher interest rates, that has decrease the amount of purchase applications for purchasing new houses, that hasn't dwindled enough to offset the supply issue that we are seeing. So the houses that are actively being listed for sale. So going on to that, I'll actually go into the number of new listings. So these are the number of houses that are being listed for sale. And once again, I'll just pull up the data here from the past 5 years, and you could see that 2022 hits lower numbers than every single month over the past 5 years, with the exception of April of 2020, and that's just because of the uncertainty of what was going to go on with COVID. But essentially, there are not very many houses being listed for sale, and some of that actually has to do with basically why do people want to move if they're locked in at a sub 3% interest rate, whether they bought or refinanced during the past couple of years. And now if they're looking to move, they obviously, or if they're looking to sell, they obviously have to buy as well. And they're buying at a much higher interest rate period. So we're closer to 5.5% right now. When we look at days to sell, the average days to sell has also been steadily decreasing, just as supply has been decreasing. And that just means that it's going to be much quicker to sell when you're listing your home. So right now we're in teenager territory where we're in the teens for the average days to sell. And just to keep in mind that days to sell, the average amount is going to be buoyed up by some of the listings that have been on the market for, say, 365 days. That's not really a great indicator, although the lower number and the decreasing, or the trend of decreasing days to sell, does tell you that it is still a very hot seller's market. But more realistic, or a better or more accurate representation might be the median days to sell. And right now we are actually at a week or less on average for the median days to sell. So it is a very strong seller's market, as you can see, and as a result, you're just seeing the average sale price continue to increase over time. So it is a tough market still if you're looking to buy, but with that being said, there is more panic in the air, just with a lot of the national headlines going on. There's a lot of, whether they're uninformed sellers or if they're just more cautious and risk averse, that are willing to take less than asking price offers just to get the home sold. So if you're buying, don't necessarily think that this is all bad news for you. Anecdotally speaking, I've been able to get many deals under contract that have been under asking as far as representing buyers. And as sellers, you're still seeing houses, basically, if they're listed correctly, getting a ton of showings, multiple offers, usually at or above asking in these areas. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day.